Hi, I'm at the Cahaba River Park in Alabama, and it is Wednesday, June 29th, 2022. And on Sunday, I was out here. The river is right here. This trail runs along the river, and I was here on Sunday with my animals, and we're just walking along. People come out here to mountain bike and hike, and I had another experience with rocks, the rocks being thrown near me, and so I wanted to share that experience, what happened. So I was out here, and my dog, she walks kind of slow now, so she was walking behind me, and I had my bird with me, and we're walking through part of the forest that is a little bit more shaded, a little bit farther away from the river than where I'm at right now, but you could see the river through the trees. This whole trail stays a certain distance close to the river. And there's some tall trees out here. The trees are pretty tall. So I'm walking along, and I hear, it sounds like something falling out of a tree and then landing with a thud on the ground. And so I started looking around, up in the air, in the treetops, to see what did that, because, what was it? Like some sort of buckeye pod. Didn't think it was that. It didn't. Those don't make. Here's the river right here. Those don't make that hard of a sound when it hits the ground. There's no walnuts around here. The acorns, you know what I'm saying? I was trying to figure out what could it have been. So then I heard another one, and then another one. So it was like the sound of something coming from way up in the treetops, ricocheting off the trees, and then landing on the ground, off trail, not far from where my dog was walking. And so it occurred to me that they were rocks that were being thrown. And I'm not saying that they were being aimed at me or aimed at my head or aimed at my dog. I'm just saying, like, someone was throwing the rocks. And so then at the same time of me noticing this was going on, so like 4 rocks, 5 rocks, I was also hearing what sounded like kind of a hard, hollowy plastic sound, kind of like banging on something coming from the river. So I was looking through the river. Here it is again. To see if I could see maybe a kayak going by. There was no one going by on a kayak. There was no humans around. Yes, this trail has mountain bikers that were going by me at, sometimes, but other than that, no, I don't see how a human could have thrown these rocks that high in the air and then had them sort of come down through the trees and land the way that they were. So when I realized that they were rocks being thrown, I yelled out, "Hey, stop throwing the rocks!" And then it was like the last couple were coming from somewhere, coming down through the trees, ricocheting off the trees. I could hear the banging off the trees and then thudding to the ground, and then it stopped. And then I thought about it. And so I said, I introduce myself, which I always do. Hi, I'm Trisha. This is Manny with my bird, and that's Lucy. So that I'm, letting them know that I'm recognizing them. I definitely feel like it was purposeful to let me know that they knew I was here and to let me know that they were connecting with me. So, this was my second time having this rock experience. The first time was on August 4th, 2020, on my birthday. I was living in Eureka, Montana, and I was at the Cahaba River, and 3 rocks were thrown in the water out in front of me. The first one was a little upstream, a little small rock. And then the second 2 were thrown right out in front of me, bigger rocks, splash. And so, I've been having these experiences which with what I like to call them the tree people. My first experience was in 1996 when I was on a fishing trip on the Cahaba River in the Idaho mountains. And then the second experience was in 2005 or 2006 when I was mountain biking in Auburn, California. And then I was introduced to them about what they're about in, I can't remember if it was 2017 or 2018. I was traveling a lot. I was living in Georgia, in Savannah, Georgia, and I was working at the airport so that I could fly for free on standby. And there's the river. And so I was traveling a lot. So I went to Mena, Arkansas, and I went to a place called Board Camp Crystal Mine, and I learned about what the native people of that area call them, the tree people, and Sasquatch. I was blown away. The husband showed me about this area that the tree people call this area called the nursery, where they take the younger tree people to this area to teach them how to manipulate the trees, how to bend them down, and teach them how to grow them a certain way so that they angle a certain way, and all these different things that they do with the trees. And I had no idea. So it opened my eyes, and it just something about it was just so magical to me, and done in such a gentle way. And so about, I don't know, 6 months later, I noticed my first unusual tree up in a tree, a tree trunk up in a tree perpendicular. And then I started noticing more and more of the tree manipulations, the little saplings pulled down with the log over the top, and the snapped trees, and the weavings of the trees, and things like that. And I found this place in an area in outside of Savannah, Georgia, in a nature preserve area on some trails where I started really noticing the tree manipulations and the tree placements and the weavings of the trees and things like that. And in my such enjoyment with connecting with nature around me, with the animals around me, with the trees and the wind and water and all that, you learn that the trees are connected underground through the root systems. And I felt like, if these beings that are called the tree people, it makes sense that they would have really super sensitive and heightened senses and abilities. And so I thought, I want them to know that I'm interested in knowing who they are. I wanted to learn through my own experiences. Like, I didn't want to hear other people's ways of doing it. I liked hearing people's encounter stories and coming upon them, and then the experiences that they've had with them, the good ones, that was really fun. And I learned a lot that way, and that's how I realized that I've had these other experiences in my life. So I said out loud to the space. Oh, and I've also been studying and learning from shamans and medicine people about how to connect to the land and how to connect to the animals, and that, you know, everything's living, everything has a spirit, and how to be respectful in the space that you're in, and this sort of thing. So I've been doing those things, and so I said out loud, I want to know you. I want to be friends. I want to learn from you. I'd love to be friends with you, and do whatever I can to help in any way, and this sort of thing. And then I started hearing their vocals around. I've heard their vocals so far in two areas in Savannah, Georgia, and in Eureka, Montana. And I've also heard the owl sounds, like they're disguising or communicating through sounding like owls. And also I've heard what sounded like coyotes, but it was a little different. I've heard that the coyotes in North Georgia. I've heard the owls in upstate South Carolina. I'm not sure if I was in North Georgia or South North Carolina. I was backpacking at the time, so I'm not exactly sure which state I was in at that point. And so I've been having these different experiences like that. And then the rocks were thrown right in front of me when I was in Eureka, Montana, and then I moved to Pensacola, Florida, and I was there from December 2020, and then I recently moved here to Helena, Alabama, which is about 20 minutes south of Birmingham, and lots of trees, lots of rivers and lakes, and outdoor space, and so more elevation. I like being back up, in the higher hills, and getting a chance to go then explore back into the mountains and that sort of thing. So I've been here like almost 2 months, probably, yeah, almost 2 months. And so on Sunday, I was interacted with again, and I'm so excited about that. It's fun. I think it's fun. I've had experiences of the paranormal type since I was a little kid with spirits and ghosts and spirits and being interacted with. And I have other stories that I've talked about on my YouTube channel. And I just wanted to share this one and kind of tell more about my story. I've been getting a chance to talk about my experiences on different podcasts. And so I'm going to be starting to have more of a regular, having a regular conversation about once a month on a podcast on a show called Wendy's Coffee House with Wendy Garrett. And we've had our third interview, our third conversation yesterday. And so we're going to start having more conversations. And so I really like doing it. I love being with other people that have experiences too. It's fun to know that other people out there also have these experiences where you're not having to prove it or anything to do with. It's not about proving anything or what do you call it? Trying to convince someone of this. This is just, I like talking with people who understand that it's a reality. And so other people out there who want to go and travel. I've been traveling a lot. I want to go, continue to travel and explore. So let me know if you guys have a space for me to join your group, um, with in the Sasquatch community and also the paranormal realm. I'm only interested in the positive experiences. I know how to have just positive experiences, and I want that with the non-physical, the Sasquatch, with people, you know, only good experiences, fun, happy, uplifting, joyous, all that good stuff. So let me know if you want to meet up, talk, discuss. I'd love to get involved with, going to meet you guys, go camping, hiking, swimming, and playing and doing all that fun stuff, outdoors activities. And then also we can connect to the tree people and the good side of the paranormal realms. So wanted to share this story, and let me know what you think about having a conversation. You can find me on Facebook, Trisha Brown, Tricia Brown, Brown, Free Spirit. That's how you can find me on Facebook. Or you can also look me up by the city. I'm in Helena, Alabama. And my YouTube channel is Exploring the Paranormal with Trisha Brown. You can also email me. My email address is excellenttrisha@gmail.com. So have a good day. Bye.